Johanna.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of Junk Journal with me. As usual, I'm just looking through my journal trying to choose a page that I'm going to work on. And today I wanted to do a little bit of journaling about my houseplant. So I've been a little bit obsessed with plants at the moment, and I've got a couple of photos that I want to put into my journal. So I'm starting out with this photo of my living room, and I put all my plants beside each other so that I could see like my whole collection. And it's a small collection, but it's more than I ever really expected to be able to keep alive at once. But I'm actually learning so much and enjoying houseplants so much. So I've kind of taught myself how to keep them alive. I used to be really bad, but now I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing, and I'm excited about that because I've always loved houseplants. But as I said, I used to be pretty bad at them. Now I'm alright, so that's what this journaling page is all about. So I started on this page and I just pulled out the photo and used that straight away. I stuck it down with double-sided tape so that it could be a pocket along the top, so it has like a little tuck spot behind it. And then I'm just looking through my vintage playing cards and seeing if any of those patterns sort of complement the page or go with what I'm journaling about. So I pulled out this one with the house particularly was standing out, just because I'm kind of going to be journaling about how decorating your home is a relaxing and rewarding sort of hobby, I guess, and also how houseplants make your house feel so much more relaxing and just give it a really nice vibe. I don't know, that's kind of what my journaling is about. I pulled out some of my printable linens. These are from my Etsy shop, and I wanted to put one up in the top corner there. I really liked how this scrapbook paper on the page had the little plants on it. It really obviously went with what I was journaling about, which is why I chose this page. So I decided to glue one of those little linens up in the corner there, and then I'm taking some of this wide washi tape to stick down the middle of the page. The reason why I did that was just because some of the paper and the photos kind of lift up sometimes in the middle of the page, and sometimes they can get a bit squashed up over time, so I just put the tape down the middle to keep everything sitting nice and flat. And then I decided to take that little house playing card and I stapled it along the bottom of the page. Added a little strip of that ticket washi tape, and then I'm pulling out some of these little Matchbox label stickers, and I'm putting a few of these around the page just to add some more sort of layers to the page. So I'm taking this paper bag and it's quite sheer, and so I thought that if I used a little piece of that and glued it on top of the patterned page, I didn't want to cover up the patterns on that page, but I did want to give myself a space to write that wasn't going to be too busy. So I liked the idea of using this paper bag just because it's a little bit transparent, so I thought I could make a space to write but also still be able to see the original pattern through. So I'm just playing around with where I want to stick that on the page. I wasn't too fond of how it looked. I feel like I couldn't really find the right place for it, but I ended up just gluing it down the bottom of the page. Sometimes if I'm really hesitating to do something because I can't decide whether I like it or not, I'll usually just do it, because if I can't decide whether I don't like it, then I'm just gonna run with it, because otherwise I get too stuck on all the details. So I think just commit to it, and then later on you can sort of work with it and make it work. So I also have some other photos here on my desk that I thought about using and moving on to the following page. But these were kind of different journaling topics, so I decided in the end just to stick to this first page about the plants and about home decor, and so I decided not to journal about those other photos yet, but I did sort of toy around with the idea. These little wallpaper pockets are from Moonside Parlour, and again I was just playing around with different ideas, but nothing was really popping out to me, so I decided not to run ahead with that idea. But I pulled out this little scrap of mushroom scrapbook paper, and I decided to make like a little tag to slip in behind the photo. I just liked the mushrooms. I liked the way that it went with this page. I felt like it just matched in really nicely. So I just trimmed it down into a little tag shape, punched out a hole, added a little bit of string through the hole, and then I just tucked it inside behind the photo there. I decided to again pull out those little label stickers and just stick one on top of the tag, just to give myself a tiny bit of space to write if I wanted to. Now I decided to pull out this Frankie diary, and I pulled it out because I know it has some like shopping lists or like little list pieces of paper in the back that you can tear out. And so I took this green one out of the book, thought that I would use that to write a little list of the plants that I currently have, and then on top of the little paper bag piece I would write the list that I want to get next. And then in this book I also found this little leaf glossary, I think it was, like this little page that talks about, I think it's more to do with native plants, but I just thought that that kind of went with this page, so I decided to stick that on the page before that. And so I stuck that down again with washi tape just so that I could journal underneath as well. And because that tape is so wide, I'll often just tear it down the middle to make it thinner, and it's still a wide tape when it's torn in half. So I do that so that it doesn't take up too much space and also makes it go further. And then I'm taking that little list piece, as I said, and gluing it down on that page just so that I can do a little bit of writing on top. And so there I'm writing my little list of plants that I have already, and on top of the paper bag piece you can see I wrote a little list of what I want to get next, and I just journaled around the page wherever there was room to do so. But yeah, that is the finished page. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my process. I really like all the colours. I feel like they really complement each other, and also the photo sort of goes with all the colours on the page. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you're all doing really well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.